Welcome back, everybody. This is Derek Scull with Gatekeeper Media.
And this is Chris German.
And today we are bringing you the 2018 New Jersey State Championships coverage sponsored by Millennium Discs.
Yeah, we have round 3 coverage here. This is the back 9 FPO lead card. We have Michelle Frazer sitting even currently. We have Becky Sonnheim at 12 over, and then we have Emily Landherr sitting at 3rd right now. 3-person card. Moving into hole 16, par 4, 545 feet. Pretty straightforward. There is OB though. You can see the pillars up. Basically, just kind of, it's all about distance on this hole, would you say?
Yeah, a lot of open air, so a lot of crosswind contamination going on here. And you got an elevated basket hanging from that tree, so that's going to give a little added difficulty for you.
Yeah, it's clever. It's a fun hole to play.
All right, we got Emily here, second on the box. She's going to hang right a little bit and going to take that OB.
Yeah, she just turned that over, and that just went straight OB. Never had a chance to flex back on her.
Let me see Michelle here. She is not giving that wind any chance. She's going to grip it and rip it.
And that's a good-looking shot. She ended the front 9 pretty poorly. She got a double bogey on hole 15. So it's interesting to see how she's going to bounce back from that.
And it looks like Emily's second shot, which is her third, technically, just wanted to turn over on her again and puts her OB again.
Double OB on this hole. That's not a good start. So we have Michelle here. It looks like Becky actually outdrove her. So Michelle's taking her second shot. You want to get up towards the basket. It's a pretty tough basket to putt on. And she left herself a little bit of work to do there.
So let's see what Becky, our lefty on the card, has in store for her second shot.
As she goes this, she's going over the OB, being the lefty, knowing it's going to fade back on her, and that's looking really good.
Yeah, it's a nice placement there. She's going to have an opportunity to get par here.
No, that's going to be a birdie. Par 4.
Yeah, par 4. Sorry about that, folks.
So Emily here, this is her 5 shot. She's already putting over. Looking great up, though. Place that right in there. She should be able to get a 6 here. Save herself for a double. As Michelle's just going to lay hers up right under the basket, and that's where you want to be on any type of elevated basket because they are tough to run.
And that just wanted to die out on her a little early.
Yeah, that would have been a really nice putt by Becky there. So Emily's going to come in here and get a 6. It's going to be a double bogey for her, and that's not a good way to start this back 9 here, knowing that these ladies are both going to be getting par.
Quite intimidating, I'm sure.
So it looks like Becky's just going to come up, tap this in. Just going to grab hers. Michelle is going to turbo that in. And when you notice when Michelle makes this, I saw her do this multiple times. She stops the basket.
Even though it's interesting. I was wondering if she was like adjusting something, or I'm not sure. Have to ask her.
Yeah, so at the end of hole 16 here, both Michelle and Becky parring out with Emily getting a double bogey, sitting at +2 for the back 9. Hole 17, very tough hole, I would say. Very tight gaps. You can see in the shot here, a lot of trees. 520 feet, another par 4. Slightly downhill, with a dog leg to the right here.
A little bit of a kind of zigzag through that tight gap.
Yeah, this is very, very tough. You can see that really tight gap down there.
And that has forward movement from the kick, so that is not the worst thing, but definitely not ideal.
Yeah, it didn't stop dead, and as long as you're getting down there, who knows where you're at, though, when you're down there. You could be in a bush, as Michelle just hits that tree.
That cut out a lot of the distance.
Yeah, that just came to a complete stop, and she's to the right as well. And Emily's going to... That was probably better for her, to be honest, because who knows where that would have sailed off to.
But that is unfortunate. She's got fairway, but still got a lot of work ahead of her.
Here she goes again, and you could tell she wants to throw that Anheuser shot, and that one, I would say, takes an okay kick.
Tree love, I suppose.
Still a lot of work, though, for it's going to be her 4 shot.
So Michelle playing it safe here, just pitching up to the short tee box, so she knows that she's going to have a look from there. I would say that's a smart play.
Yeah, I would agree, and that's the type of play that makes you win these types of tournaments.
And again, with these trees, it is a vicious hole out here, folks.
A lot of trees as Becky's lining that up. She lets that go, and that's a really nice forehand, very overstable. So that drops right down, and she's going to have a look for her par.
Emily takes her 4, and it looks like it kind of dies out and Finds herself right underneath that tree again.
So, another tree. I mean, these girls are just hitting a lot of trees here.
And you've heard.
Ooh.
That's a great putt.
Beautiful by Michelle there, and that's a bogey save as well.
Absolutely. I think that might even warrant a Gatekeeper rewind.
Yeah, let's do it. As you can see here, you can tell she's dialed in, and knowing even though you're shooting on a bogey, you still want to run it.
Saving a stroke is saving a stroke,
exactly.
No matter how you put it.
Exactly. That was a good run by Becky there too, just a little low.
Kisses metal. That's you know you're in a good position when you're at least hitting metal.
As Emily's gonna knock in her bogey there. And guys, make sure you go to our YouTube page here where you're watching this, and make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Ring that bell.
Ring that bell, because that will give you all notifications. We will have, for the final round, the MPO, which I'm pretty excited about. So you want to be notified about that, see how this all ends. So we finish up on hole 17 here, both Michelle and Emily taking bogeys. Becky, the only par, so that's 2 pars for her starting off on this back 9. So I would say she's having a pretty consistent start here. Moving into hole 18, par 3, 285 feet. Straight, and then slight dog leg to the left here. Backhand righty shot. You just really want to throw a big, heavy spike hyzer here.
And you'll notice that the line that they're trying to go for is it's going to be the dog leg left there. So you kind of want to hop over those trees and just kind of pinch right in.
As there you see the typical righty backhand shot is, unfortunately, that looks like it hits a tree.
It's a very deceptive hole.
Yeah, I remember throwing on this hole. You think it's a lot farther, but that cut is pretty short down the fairway. So that's looking really good by Emily. That's right on the fairway. That's going to be a birdie look. So we have Becky here. She has a little bit of work to do. I assume she'll just lay this up, try to play for a par. So that drops down, kind of under some bushes. We'll see if she's going to have to take a knee there, or if she's going to be able to stand in front of them.
Oh, and I thought Michelle was running another one here.
Oh, man. That would have been something. That was a good bid, though, as this is looking really good by Emily as well.
Just short. Oh.
And that's been the theme of her round here, I'd say. She's had a lot of really close bids, just haven't been able to hit them.
That's a really nice putt, taking a knee here and got some foliage above you, kind of fighting down. So, keeping a level head, making that putt.
Yeah, it's always hard when you're on one knee. You feel like you definitely have to put more power into it because you can't go through your full form. So that was nice to see her finally get one up and get that in the basket.
And Michelle here getting her par with that turbo.
Yeah, so we have 2 pars so far. Here's Emily. She should be able to knock in her par. We have a par frame here, guys.
All right. Congrats, ladies.
As that's nice to see this course being so wooded and so many trees. It's nice to see these ladies get a par here. As Michelle, Becky, and Emily all getting pars. Michelle sitting at 1 over for the entire tournament. Becky sitting at plus 12, and Emily sitting at plus 32. Moving into the course's hole 1 normally. We're doing back 9 here. This is 251 feet, par 3.
So pretty straightforward. You're going to be able to see the pin from the tee box. A little narrow there, but nice level shot will get you there.
Yeah, it's slightly dogleg to the right a little bit, so I would say this is ideal. You want to play this as a lefty, so we'll see what Becky does here. She's taken 3 consistent pars.
That looked like it got a little bit of a knock off that tree.
Tree love.
And puts her within range.
Yeah, that's a long run for birdie. So we have Michelle here. She's kind of playing for par here for the entire tournament. And she just smacks that tree.
Held that turn on her a little too long, right into that tree.
That's going to push her off into the rough as we have Emily up on the box.
Keeping hers a little high. Let's see what that does.
Fades a little early. I would say you want to get past those logs there. I would say you have a good shot when you're past them. Anything in front of that, you're now struggling and fighting uphill just to get your par.
So Michelle relying on that hyzer path from that disc, and it looks like she clipped a little bit of trees too.
Yeah, it kind of stopped dead on her. Emily's just...
That's unfortunate.
Yeah,
that's always, anytime that happens to me on the course, I'm not a happy camper.
Yeah, I would be freaking out as she just has to do a really short pitch up there.
And, that's a testament to these ladies is that, the amount of trees and things that they've been hitting, but the positive attitude they had out on the field was just remarkable. So I commend them greatly for that.
Yeah, this was a really fun card to film. The ladies were positive the whole time. Even after hitting trees, they would make jokes about it and laugh about it. So that was fun to see.
More than I can say for myself.
And that's another really nice putt by Michelle. Is she's starting to put on a clinic here with these long putts. I would say that's her second or third just in this back nine.
All right, and we got Emily here for her fourth.
Yeah, she's going to have to settle for the bogey there. And guys, make sure you go over to our Facebook page, Gatekeeper Media 215. It's kind of our hub for everything. You'll see all of our live coverage as well as our videos that we post, both disc golf and other related things. As we end hole one here, both Michelle and Becky getting pars. Emily's going to be the single bogey, putting her now at plus 15 for the round.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best.
All right, guys, make sure you check out Millennium Disc at golfdisc.com. So moving to hole 2, par 4, 509 feet. This is another very tough hole. If you're getting a birdie on this hole, you're getting a stroke above the rest of the card. These ladies here, let's see if they're able to salvage anything, get a birdie or a par here.
It goes pretty sharp to the right, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it stays straight for a while, and then it goes slight dog leg to the right. You can see right there at the end. And just the theme of this course, just a lot of trees. So we'll see what they do here.
That's East Coast golf.
As you can see, Becky's a little low, but stays on the fairway. So we have Michelle here. Hers is kind of turning over on her.
Fights through.
Yeah, gets through, fades back a little bit. She's kind of on the edge there. She should be able to get around that. This is looking pretty good by Emily here.
Yeah, she keeps it wide, keeps herself right in the fairway here. She's going to give herself a really good placement to have a nice upshot for her second shot.
Definitely, I would say that was the best drive of all three of them. As that just quickly hits a tree and stops dead, and you don't want to be over there because this is a pretty tight turn you have to make to get around this corner.
Becky trying to spike that around that corner.
It looks like it hits another tree. So we have Emily here. She should be throwing a pretty typical Anheuser. Unfortunately, hitting another tree.
I feel for you.
So we have Becky here, or Michelle here. Let's see what she can do. I would say that's an okay shot. I mean, you just want to pitch out and kind of get out there, and I think that was what she did, and it was pretty successful. Great upshot by Becky.
Yeah, it definitely puts her in range there, and again with that spike. So with something like that and kind of like a blind look around a corner, it's kind of all you got sometimes.
Oh,
Cut roll left pretty bad.
yeah, that was just, you could tell she wanted to throw an Anheuser. It was just too low a cut roll, but luckily it hit that tree, saving her probably 20 or 30 feet.
And that faded pretty sharp on her, actually. Giving herself a little bit of work, but we'll see.
Let's see what Michelle can do here. See.
Ooh, just
Perfect.
short.
And just another bad roll. I mean, that literally hit the pin and goes back about 10 feet.
That's manageable for her, though.
Yeah. Just doesn't seem like the another low shot by Becky there.
It looks like she was kind of playing it safe. She kind of backed off a little bit there at the end.
Didn't give it the full run that it really needed. So we have Emily here kind of doing a straddle putt around this tree. Let's see if she can put together a nice putt here, trying to save her par.
And she does.
Yeah, nice par shot by Emily there. And if I'm not mistaken, that's going to be the only par for the card here. As Michelle here is now just trying to save her bogey shot. But like you said, very manageable. About 10 feet out. As that's going to put her at +6 now for the round. As Becky's just going to tap hers in.
That's quite a spike. Up to +6, you said?
Yeah, and she started the tournament 4 under. So at the end of hole 2 here, we have Michelle taking a single bogey, putting her at +6 for the round. Becky had to take a double bogey there, and Emily's the only one taking the par. So we move into a water hole. Tell us about this one.
I really like this hole, actually. I remember the first time playing it, I played the safe route, but you know, it really from the far tees, it's just something that you gotta commit to, straight and narrow, and make sure that you, if you're a righty player, have it hold that fade at the end.
Yeah, it's definitely, and I would say this is a birdieable hole and definitely an aceable hole. As Emily just hits
That was
that tree.
a late release and puts her there. We do miss her pitch up, but she does pitch up closer to the close tee box, so we are going to be missing that in this.
As that's a great shot by Michelle. Just to get across there and be down there, you at least have a chance to run for a birdie. As with this one, it looks like that
Just didn't
fades
quite
out.
have the power on it.
And that actually fell into the water, I believe, so that would be OB for her.
So this is now Emily's third shot. And this is a good recovery here. That's what you want to do.
That's looking very good. That skips right down there, and she's right there for a tap in. Great shot by Emily, as it looks like Becky did as she's shooting from the drop zone here. Which I would have elected that as well. Shooting through all those trees and uphill would have been a pain. As that's a great up by her. She's going to also have to settle for a bogey here. It's Michelle. Pretty straightforward up shot by her.
Looks like she was fighting a little bit of wind there, too.
Yeah. Picking up a little bit.
It's hard to tell with no flags on the top of the baskets, so just kind of throwing some grass in the air and hoping you can read it.
Yeah, and you can see by the trees, if you start hearing the rumble and the trees starting up, it always happens as soon as you get ready to throw, so you have to wait an extra 10 seconds. So Emily's going to knock in a bogey here. That's going to put her at 16 over for the round. So we finish up here. Michelle should be the only one tapping in her par. It's taking her a minute to get to the card.
But in the meantime, folks, if you want to check out our Patreon, if you like the coverage we're giving you, please help us out, support us, and make sure that we can give you the best coverage that we can.
Yeah, we're working on it, guys. This is we're a very young company. We're very new to disc golf, and we just want to help bring the sport to everyone, and that's our end goal here, is to grow the sport. So we finished hole 3 here. Michelle Frazer, the only one with the par, sitting at 6 over. Both the other ladies here taking bogeys, moving into hole 4.
Hole 4, I really like hole 4. It's a really pretty landscape here. A little bit of rolling hill going on, so you just really want to kind of dial it in and then have it fade to the right because it's going to dogleg a little bit there for you. And then it's kind of surrounded by some thinner trees, but if you get close to that mid area where those rolling hills are, you're in a really good spot.
Yeah, I would say this is a very good shot by Michelle there. Unfortunately, I turned around. I wasn't able to even have my camera on to get that shot. So we have Emily here, and that's where you want to be. You want to get through those trees. She had an early release there, but she gets through.
Could have been worse, for sure.
And it's okay to be over there because you're cutting some of the distance off the hole, I would say. And that's not what you want, is to be over towards the short tee box going to the right side of the fairway, as you're going to be losing some distance.
And then it looks like Emily just gets caught up in that little green there.
Becky's just trying to get some of that distance back, but she's still going to have a lot of work to do on her third shot. Michelle with the great drive. She's up here.
You can tell she's still got some distance because she did have to really step into that one, but real fortunate to get that skip.
That's a great shot by her. That's going to be a birdie look for her. And it's another one of those very fast greens. It's kind of mulchy, so if you get it down there, it should skip in. As we see here from Emily, it's a little short, kind of hits those grass divots, and she has a little bit more work to do. It's Becky here for a 3 shot. So you know she's going to want to be playing for par here. And she just unfortunately hits a tree branch. Drops her down.
That needs to come back. All right, that's that.
Yeah, so that's going to be her 4 shot. She's going to be looking at a bogey here. So Emily's another really good bid.
Right there to the pin.
She hits the bottom of the metal there.
So we got a good distance here from Michelle. Let's see what she could pull out here.
I would say 45, 50 feet almost.
Drains it.
Beautiful birdie, and that's what we want to see from her. That we already know that's going to be warranted at rewind. As we look here, that's an amazing shot. You can tell she's taking her time. And her style, she like straddles when she putts. So like you have to have a lot of power to be able to throw like that.
Oh yeah.
In a straddle putt.
When you could see that it was like chain high on the right there for her, so it was luckily to kind of tap the inside of that cage and fall right in.
This looks like Emily's going to be able to tap in her bogey here, so that's going to be a big stroke swing here for Michelle. That's going to put her back at 5 over for the round, sitting 1 over for the entire tournament. Becky's going to take the bogey here, putting her at 13 over for the round, 16 over for the entire tournament. And Emily's also getting the bogey, putting her at 17 over for this round.
So hole 5 is very straightforward. You're working with some OB on both sides there, so you can see those posts digging out. You just want to keep it right in the middle there, much like this. Let it do its work.
Yeah, and it's a pretty manageable par 3. 390 feet, so I would say for the average person, you're playing for par here as a par 3, but as that's going, well, it stays in. It died right out on her. So we have Becky here.
She's hugging that edge and just really relying on that disc doing what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, you could tell, 1, she knows this course, and 2, she knows her disc and what she's doing there. As she threw that right over the OB. Just knowing it's going to come back on you.
That needs to roll back over, and
nice,
it does.
Nice little cut roll by her. A little bit of distance left to do there for her par shot. So we have Becky here. She should be able to sneak this right in there.
That's a great up.
Great up by Becky. She's going to have a look for her par. So Michelle here, kind of uncharacteristic from her to kind of throw that up. I think maybe that tree, she knew that was kind of in her path, and she just didn't compensate for it, and it just went really far to the left. Emily's doing a similar thing here, as they're going to have a lot of work to do to save these shots here.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, we just saw Michelle make a shot farther than this, so we know it's in her range.
And that just got away from her.
Just no power. It just kind of died out on her.
That probably felt funny as soon as the release happened.
Yeah. You know those ones as soon as you let go of it, and you're like, oh, like you can feel it like in your legs, like you didn't bend your knees enough.
Tap in the basket again.
Yeah, and like I said, that is the theme of her round here. She's just
looks like it's the theme of this hole.
Ooh. As Becky sneaks that in there, she's luckily only walking away with a bogey there.
In is in, though.
As you can see, it's high relief for her. As Emily's here, as she's putting for a double here.
Oh,
you could tell that
she rushed it a little.
You could tell this round is wrapping up. She's not having the best of rounds, so you could just tell that she's very frustrated, just wants to get out of this hole.
While we're cleaning up these putts here, don't forget to go to our Instagram page, Gatekeeper_Media. You're going to see a lot of our tournament day stories as well as behind the scenes photos, so check it out.
Yeah, that's a tough one for Emily there. She's going to be walking away with a triple bogey, putting her at 20 over for the round. Becky's going to walk away with a single bogey as well as Michelle, as that was a very tough par 3 for these ladies. So we move into the final hole here for the round 3 coverage. We have hole 6, par 4, 571 feet on, I would say, an anthill.
Yeah, reminiscent of something that we may have seen in our previous coverage.
Yeah, yeah. Over there at the Sedgley Woods, these courses are very close. So I would say if you're in the general Philadelphia area, these are your 2 main courses you go to.
Yeah, both good ones too.
So Michelle's going to get down there. Becky's looking really good. It's going to flex back on her.
That was a great shot.
Great shot. And I would just say that really from what I've learned from this round, it's been a little inconsistent. Just overall, every one of these ladies have put up really nice shots throughout this round. It's just
The trees get the best of you sometimes.
Yeah, it's
And that takes an ungodly roll.
yeah, that's gonna put her kind of under the. She's not gonna have a lot of room with that ceiling there, knowing that you're going to like a raised basket.
Where's that one going?
That's
Come
going
back.
right to the edge of the. Ooh,
Got a little hung up there.
and that's why they
That
call
might
it.
have saved her.
Yeah, that could have skipped to the left of the hill, and you don't want to be over there. I've been over there a couple times.
Look at that skip.
It skipped off the tree there and went like another 25, 30 feet. As she's flirting with out of bounds, I do believe she was safe though.
That one is pushing the boundary pretty good.
Yes, hers is bouncing
that-
off to the right.
I
Goes
think
right
that
behind
is-
that tree, and it is OB there.
We got Michelle placing hers right there on the edge. And you know what? Putting from there it's rough.
It's tough. It's very tough. This Becky's going to hit a tree and kind of fall down where Emily is. I believe she's okay, though.
Oh, that one got away.
Yes, Emily's going to overshoot that. She's going to still be at the bottom of the hill. Becky was safe, as that was her 4 shot. That's
A little low.
That was Emily's double
Sit down.
bogey shot as it sits down. So here we go with Becky. She's going to be able to knock that in. She's going to take the single bogey.
Again with the wind.
You can see the trees in the back.
It
man.
is
It's-
real.
They were calling for rain this day too, so the wind was still out there. It was very windy. I think it was 12 miles per hour.
We beat the rain all day.
Yeah, we didn't see one drip of rain this day. So we have Michelle for a par save here to finish out this round.
Oof.
You can tell she's laughing at herself. She's going to take a bogey there as well. And Emily's going to finish this round out here with a triple bogey. So this was, if we learned anything from this, ladies and gentlemen, it's that Stafford Woods long tees is a very tough course. Michelle's going to take the single bogey. She's going to be at +3 for her total score. Becky's sitting at +18 for a total score, and Emily's sitting at +41 for a total score. As we want to stay tuned for what do we have next, Eric?
We have the round 4 MPO lead card coverage for the final round. So make sure to come back, check it out. 'Cause who doesn't want more disc golf?
Yeah. So stay tuned, everyone, and keep an eye out, and make sure you subscribe so you're notified when that comes out. Thank you.
Have a good one, everybody.
All right.